Sugar was one space that was quite active yesterday. Today it's a bit tempered down. The management of Shree Renuka Sugars joined us. Mr. Atul Chaturvedi, the executive chairman at the company, is with us to talk to us about how the demand and supply is likely to shape up in the sugar sector. Mr. Chaturvedi, good to have you on the show. Let's begin by discussing the sugar season 23-24 because we understand that the erratic rainfall has managed to disrupt the production of sugar, and that's why the prices are likely to inch higher. First up, talk to us about what is the situation on the ground. Is there a reduction in the harvest?
No, definitely what we are facing as far as Karnataka and Maharashtra is concerned is that it's definitely down compared to last year. But as far as UP is concerned, we do not see any hiccups as far as the production numbers are concerned. But the other thing which we are also facing this year in parts of Maharashtra is that the crushing activity has still not picked up big time for the simple reason that there is kind of a standoff in terms of the cane prices. So that is probably a bit of a hiccup as far as Western Maharashtra, Kolhapur and that belt is concerned. But overall, definitely Karnataka and Maharashtra sugar production is likely to be down, and UP should be quite all right, maybe marginally higher than what it was last year. So overall, net, what we are looking at and what the ISMA is also saying is that our production number as far as sucrose is concerned could be closer to about 33 million tons. And if we factor in a diversion of 4 million tons towards ethanol, then you could probably have a sugar output of about 29 million tons, which is going to be much lower than what it was last year. So, and that probably indicates that the sugar prices domestically should remain relatively elevated.
Atul, how are the inventory levels looking and also the export situation? Putting that in perspective, do you think the prices would remain under check at least, or further rallies also expected?
As far as the inventory is concerned, we started the year, if we go by the government numbers, close to about 5.5 million tons of opening stock. And if we take into account another 25 million tons as the production, so 29 plus 5, and then diversion towards ethanol at around 4 million tons. So I think sugar quantities and inventory levels should not be too much of a bothersome. But what we are also seeing is that because of the lower sugar prices, the consumption is also going up in the country. And that is also probably a reaction to the 2 years of COVID, the revenge consumption or whatever you may call it. So the consumption is actually now going up, and I wouldn't be surprised if the domestic consumption is in excess of about 28 million tons this year. It could be closer to 28.5. So that should mean that the domestic sugar values should remain elevated, and the world values in any case are pretty strong. So some fallback of that should also be there on the domestic values.
Chaturvedi, give us a few numbers in terms of where the sugar prices are right now and where do you anticipate them to move to, and also the ethanol prices you had earlier indicated could rise up around 4 to 5 rupees. Has it already happened, or is it likely to happen in near term?
So that is a big dilemma. I'll give the answer to your second question first. Ethanol is a big question mark. In fact, the industry was anticipating that the ethanol values would go up by about 4 rupees or thereabouts, but till now there's been no announcement towards that, which simply means that this year achieving a 15% blending target may be a bit of a challenge. The year which has gone by, we have achieved about 12%, but gaining and taking it to 15% could definitely be a challenge. So the industry is in a big dilemma. The industry is awaiting the announcement, which has still not come. So which is probably a factor which we feel that ethanol production might actually come down a bit, which will mean more sugar. So, and that should keep the prices relatively in check. current values of sugar are in the region of about 37 rupees or thereabouts as far as Maharashtra and Karnataka is concerned. UP could be about anywhere between 39 to 40 rupees. These are ex-mill prices. Come post crushing season, I think there is definitely a chance of these values moving up, because once the summer season hits in, the demand for sugar also gets elevated because of the more consumption of beverages and things like that.
Understand, while the industry is expecting a upward revision of ethanol, how's the mechanics working in terms of cost of production of ethanol per liter over the years? Due to more efficiencies and rising volumes, has the cost come down?
No, I am sure the costs have definitely been much more in check, but for a sugar mill, it's a trade-off between what to produce, sugar or ethanol. So our take is that ethanol at around 36, 37 rupees equivalent to sugar was all right when the sugar values were about 33 or 32. But now when the sugar values itself have gone up to about 37, and ethanol prices still hanging around 36 and a half or 37 in sugar equivalent terms, so there would be a bit of a challenge to keep producing more ethanol. And that would be contrary to our Prime Minister's stated goal of achieving 20% blending by 2025. So this is a bit of a dilemma which the industry is currently facing.
Sure. And before I let you go, Mr. Chaturvedi, quickly fill us in with respect to your capex plan, if there is anything lined up.
No, as far as expanding the ethanol capacity is concerned, we've already come on stream and our expanded capacity is currently operational. In terms of expansion, we've already taken over a unit in UP, which meant that we wanted to de-risk ourselves geographically, because most of our capacities were actually concentrated in Maharashtra and Karnataka. Then we thought we can't be a relevant player in case if we are not in UP, which we have done now. And I think UP should give us a fillip as far as our consumer pack Madhur is concerned. So that's the reason why we went to UP.
Sure.
And we keep looking at opportunities for sure.
Yes, keep looking for opportunities because it continues to be quite an attractive market. Mr. Chaturvedi, on that note, we'll let you go. Appreciate you being with us on the show.
Thank you very much.
But time now to